with a fofo on my way to get the dough, yo. If you don't work, then you don't eat. Don't be scared to walk through life when you got feet. You gotta run the race, it's a track meet. Can't trust nobody on street, so you pack heat. Just got a phone call, my homie I grew up with dead. And last night my other partner had his dope kicked in by Fed. Crooked cops go to your hood and hunt your steps, searching till they find your stash box where the gun is kept. I ain't never slept, some dream a fairy tale crime. The judge ain't giving no breaks, he giving jail time. I'ma put my trust and faith in the Lord. Never scarred on the boulevard, always rolling hard, I'm rolling hard. Rolling hard. Rolling, rolling hard. Forever I be rolling, rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard. I believe in this truth, I'll never stop. Gun to my head, knife to my throat, I'll never stop. Ain't or drink nothing, I never drop. Rapping words over beats like this, I'll never flop. Pick up your cross, follow YAHANNA. Living righteous now, that old wicked man had to die. I testify, the oppressor, he a lie. He the judge, sitting in court to make your mama cry. Christianity had me traumatized. I'll never water down the truth, I can't compromise. I love the Most High more than my own children. My sons and daughters, they hate me, just imagine the feeling. Pain hurts so deep, cut like a machete. Prepare your soul for temptation, you better get ready. I'ma put my trust and faith in the Lord. Never scored on the boulevard, always rolling hard, I'm rolling hard. Rolling hard. Rolling, rolling hard. Forever I be rolling, rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard. If it ain't one thing, it's 5 or 6. That president gon' cause a race war through politics. The way they treat my Mexican brothers on the border. Isaiah 14 and 21 prepare slaughter. Babylon fall in, everything gon' flip. Every day of my life I pray for rulership. I'ma put my trust and faith in the Lord. Never scored on the boulevard, always rolling hard, I'm rolling hard. Rolling hard. Rolling, rolling hard. Forever I be rolling, rolling hard. Trials and tribulations in my life got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard, got me rolling hard.
All right. Clap it up. All right, it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. It is Monday, the history class, where we break it down line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little, using external references to back up and support internally what is inside of the Bible. We are picking up where we left off pre-Passover. You know what I'm saying? First off, get a Most High hand for the Lord's 57th annual Passover. You know what I'm saying? It was an amazing, glorious event. So, like, anybody, Sapar, you got the lighter out there? Baba Shaw? If you can find me one, I appreciate it. But it was a glorious event. The opening of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We just closed the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And let me tell you something. We still got lamb, y'all. It's like when Christ had the 2 fish and 5 loaves and 5,000, he raised it up like this and just told the Lord to bless it. It's like the gift that keep on giving. You know what I'm saying? Can't get rid of the unleavened bread. You know what I'm saying? Can't get rid of the lamb. You know what I'm talking about? So, but yeah, man, it was an amazing time, a glorious time. It's always good to see our brothers and sisters from other zones. It's like a big family reunion, you know. But you know, jumping back into the normal swing of things. If you on Facebook, go ahead and share the class. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and like, share, comment, and to subscribe to I.S.U.P.K, Houston, Deep East Texas, Beaumont and Port Arthur, and Galveston. Right. So we were talking about the history of marriage, what it is, the confines of it, the origins of it. Is marriage that we know of today, is it biblically sound? Right? What do you consider marriage? Right? So we'll just start off with that simple question. To your knowledge, what is marriage? Right? Anybody can answer. And also, if you have any questions online, whether it is on topic or off topic, in the words of Captain Yatazak, the only stupid question is the one that is not answered, is the one that's not asked, right? Because it's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, so we are here to answer all questions. We duck no fades, right? So what is marriage? Anybody? You can give me, if you want, you can give me the biblical answer and you can give me the worldly answer. Let's start with that. From the worldly standpoint, what is marriage? Go ahead, one, y'all.
It's like marriage is a union between man and woman to live their lives together through sickness and health and be together and until they die.
All right. What is the definition of marriage from a biblical standpoint?
Oh, and also a contract. Right. From a biblical standpoint, marriage is when a man and woman have intercourse together.
Okay. So from a worldly standpoint, marriage is just simply a contract, right? From what we went over last time, the week before Passover, we went all the way into the Black's Law Dictionary, right? Marriage, from its origins, from the standpoint of monogamy, it was to protect legitimacy of heir rights, right? Because kings, dukes, squires, men of renown that had estates, they was out here being lascivious. You know what I'm saying? They was putting their sword in every sheath that they could find. So the wives was like, well, I'm not sharing my son's birthright with no whore. You understand? So it was to protect who's a legitimate heir and then what is deemed a bastard. If somebody could look up the definition of the word bastard, what does that mean? What does the word bastard mean? What does the word bastard mean?
Definition of bastard: a person born of unnamed parents, an illegitimate child.
Say that again.
An illegitimate child.
Right. So it said a person that is born of unnamed parents. Right. So in most situations,
unmarried parents.
Right. So a lot of situations like that, one night stands, you making a visit on Bissonnet Ave. You know what I'm saying? For those that's online that's not from Houston that don't know what Bissonnet Ave is, that is what you call the hostro. That is where the ladies of the nights dwell. You know what I'm saying? The ladies in red. You know what I'm saying? The man eaters. You understand? The water, brother. Oh man, appreciate you. That is where they dwell, right? So just like women today, it's the same thing that was happening with women back then. You know, if they catch, you know, what we deem today or what some women today call a meal ticket, you know, that child is the meal ticket out of poverty, right? You know, that's why, you know, strippers be trying to get with NBA players. You understand? Escorts be trying to get with NBA players, you know, or NFL players or some type of star, some type of actor, because that is their meal ticket out of the hood, right? So marriage in antiquity was a contract to protect against that, right? So your child is an illegitimate bastard, right? Because it was a child that was born out of wedlock, right? That wasn't within the confines of matrimony, right? Okay. A one y'all, because a one y'all brought out a very, very great point to touch on some of the origins and why it is the way it is. I sent you a text message speaking on monogamy from the Greco-Roman culture, which is what the society that we're in now. Go ahead. Text it to you.
At the history of marriage? That's the institution. I'll go down.
You start at the top where it says monogamy in Greco-Roman.
Gotcha. Okay. Monogamy in Greco-Roman.
It should be the last text message I sent you.
Oh, last one I got. Okay.
Yeah.
Monogamy in Greco-Roman world emerged as a foundational social structure, transitioning from early polygamous traditions to a strict socially imposed norm.
Now, slow down. Now, it says it moved from it transitioned from what?
From earlier polygamous traditions to a strict socially imposed norm where men could only have one wife.
Right. So this is the reason why. So like, let's say I'm a nobleman, and a one y'all is a nobleman, right? And we make a pact for our children to get married. I'll give my daughter to his son, right? So he would have to pay me a dowry, right? So to protect my daughter's right and her children's right to legitimacy, they would do a marriage contract to stop this child or this boy that's marrying my daughter from having any outside kids to split up the fortune of his family. Right? Keep reading.
Where men can only have one wife, so often linked to a rise of democracy and need for social cohesion in the archaic world?
Archaic period.
Okay, archaic period.
Right, because if I gave you my daughter to stop us from going to war, or you gave me your son to my daughter, or my son to your daughter, for as a olive branch to stop us from going to war, and you allow your son to just be with anybody else, you know, well, I already don't like you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this was like a contract to prevent wars from happening, because just like the oppressor, wherever he goes, he rapes, pillages, and plunders. Right. So when he going in these towns and taking what we know and what's called the booty, right?
Right.
Metaphorically and literally, the spoils, right? The spoils of war, right? They would rape the women.
Yep.
Right? So now if there's a neighboring tribe or land nearby, they're gonna come to avenge, right? And if it say that neighboring village or tribe is greater than the people that sacked and pillaged this town, they're gonna try and be like, look. Yeah. We didn't have no beef with you, right? We just had beef with these people, You know what I'm saying? So what we're gonna do is I'll marry your daughter so that we can be cool. And they'll have rights to titles, lands, and all of this. So to protect those rights, titles, and lands in that contract, you understand? That is what the institution of marriage is today, right? It is a business contract, right? Keep reading.
We are. Open up a little more. Okay. Lost my place. Give me just a second. Here I go.
At the end of archaic period, where it goes, it says,
this.
Yep, that's it.
This peculiar institution uniquely required even elites to maintain only one legal marriage.
See, there we go. Right? So this is what gave legitimacy to children or legitimacy to bastards. Right? Keep reading.
In contrast to polygamous patterns in other ancient empires. Okay, now here are key aspects of the origin of monogamy in the Greco-Roman world. Number one, timing and context. The shift toward monogamy occurs approximately 2,700 years ago during the rise of Greek city-states. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that. Archaic period. Okay. While early Greek literature, for example, Homer shows signs of polygamy by the classical period, 5th century BCE, monogamy was firmly established.
Right. So up until this point, a man having a large family, right, with maybe 2, 3, or in the case with Jacob, 4 women was a common thing, right? It wasn't until the 5th century BCE, which is 2,700 years ago, that this was an edict that was forced during Hellenization during the Greco-Roman Empire, right? Keep reading.
Okay. Now, shows signs, democratic divers. Monogamy is thought to have served as a democratic equalizer by preventing powerful men from monopolizing women.
Right.
It enabled more, particularly lower status men to marry, thereby increasing social cohesion.
So just like now, the same time then, you know, the wealthier men had the pick of the creme de la creme of women. So monogamy even the playing field. So since he can only have one fine one, I can give me a fine one too, instead of the king having a harem, right, of concubines, right, and then having 100 wives. Keep reading.
The Greco-Roman model. This was not sexual monogamy, as understood today, but rather marital monogamy. It allowed men to take concubines or have sexual access to slaves, prostitutes, or other subordinate women, while the wife was legally bound to one husband to ensure legitimate, right, traceable paternity for inheritance. So the role of law, early Greek lawmakers such as Solon implemented laws that reinforced this structure, discouraging concubinage and prioritizing the legal family.
Okay, so marriage in the world today is just a contract. It is a business contract. It has nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with how you make someone feel. Most marriages from that time were arranged marriages anyway. You didn't even know the person. It was one father sitting down with another father. is kind of like what the boule do today.
Right.
You understand? The boule today, what they'll do is, you know, that's why they have cotillions or botillions, right? They have this thing where where the debutantes, the beaux and the debs, they will come and present themselves, right? This is Ayarwan, son of Dr. Such and such and lawyer such and such, right? And then you'll have a deb. This is the daughter of Shamgar, right? He's a police commissioner. You understand? And his wife is one of the leading philanthropists in the world, right? So you present the person, their pedigree, and the beaux and debs, they come together, they mingle, they do formal dances and stuff like this, right? But all this is a dog and pony show for courting, right? That's what the purpose of it was, right? So you'd be like, okay, he comes from a doctor and a lawyer. Oh, okay. He comes from a family that has multiple businesses. You know, let's sit down and have a meeting with them. Right. That's what the purpose of this was, right? And it had nothing to do with love, but continuing a line, right? And securing a line, right? All right. So now that we know what marriage is from the world, let's see what marriage is biblically. This is all review, right? So let's go to Exodus and put it up on the screen for them. Let's go to Exodus chapter 22. And let's start at about verse 16. When you got it, go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. And it reads, and if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed.
What does that word entice mean? Does anybody know what the word entice means? What does that word mean? Anybody? Are y'all one? What does the word entice mean? Huh? Give me the H-time version of it, man. Nah, man, the bumper dime, bro. Yeah, man, you give it that mouthpiece, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You charming, man. You spitting that game to her. You feel me? So if a man entices a maid, keep reading.
That is not betrothed.
Right? So that's key. Right? So if a man, you know, talks to a woman that's not married to another man, because I don't know if you knew this, but we'll get into this. Adultery for a man is a man sleeping with another man's wife. Right. For a woman is sleeping with a man other than your husband. Right? Keep reading.
And lie with her. He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right. So it says if a man, you know, say, little mama, what's your name? Let me buy you a drink. Okay, what side of town are you from? Okay. You from the north side? Okay, I'm from the south side. You feel me? Shit, you know, you a live thing, man. Why don't you hop inside the ride with your boy? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And y'all slide, you know, you get your one night stand on. Guess what? You sampled the milk. You got to buy the cow. You understand? There's no sampling of the milk. You can go out here and, you know, this milk's a little sour. You know, this milk is this milk's a little too sweet for me. Oh, this milk is bitter. You know what I'm saying? Once you taste the milk, you got to buy the cow. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 17. If her father utterly refused to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
Right. So sex is marriage, right? So from a biblical standpoint, it completely contradicts the confines and the sanctity of marriage from a worldly standpoint, right? Young man John, you got your hand up, hand on the mic. It should be 2 mics over there.
Hello, if I may. Because this sounds similar to something that I also had a not understanding, but what I wanted to have an understanding on was Deuteronomy 21 and 14. If you can break that down for me, brother.
All right, no sweat. I mean, if you got it, go ahead and read it.
God. And it shall be.
Matter of fact, let me pull it up online for them so they can read along with you. You said Deuteronomy what?
21 and 14.
21. No sweat. Let me zoom in.
Because my rib had a question on this and I couldn't give her a correct answer. So
let's see. Boom, 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 boom. All right, go ahead.
Okay. And it shall be if that
when you read, always say
scripture
this is
verse?
the book of
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 21 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go, whether she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make.
Start at verse 10. Right. Start at verse 10.
Right. This is the book of Deuteronomy 21 verse 10.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna read all the way down to 15.
God. And it stayed in the mount according to the first time 40 days and 40 nights, and the Lord hearkened unto me.
No, you're not at
oh wait,
21 and 10.
21. Hold on, Salakia. Salakia.
You good?
21. Okay, verse 10. This is the book of Deuteronomy 21, verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God had delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive.
Okay, so this is the framework of what we're talking about, right? So unfortunately, during the time when we were in rulership, we had the kingdom, there were wars against tribes, right? King David fought against Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? To subdue him, right? Okay. And this is talking about, how you are to handle the spoils of war. Right? Okay, keep reading.
Okay. And seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. And thou shalt bring her home to thy house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
Why is it saying that you have to shave her head and cut her nails?
She's from another nation. No.
Shamgar. Give him the mic so he can hear
it. Because they just went to war, and in the space of warfare, the entire city she's from is destroyed. There's a lot of smoke, there's a lot of fumes, a lot of damage. She'll get sawdust on her, sawdust in her hair, her nails will be dirty, she'll be filthy, her clothes will be raggedy, everything's being torn up in war. So,
right. So it's more of a sanitation quarantine type situation. Right. So in war, it get, to give you a perfect example, everybody has seen Braveheart, right? Right. You go on the war. Matter of fact, you ain't got to think about Braveheart. We was at Passover, right? You know what I'm saying? Just think of all of that rain doing war. You know what I'm saying? So you got mud, smoke. You know what I'm saying? You know those horses out there, horse feces everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, blood, everything, guts. You know, so just as much as you need a bath, they need a bath. Because I guarantee you, when they were seized, you understand, they didn't deal with them gingerly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They put them in shackles, bringing them, dragging them, you know, dealing roughly with them. You understand? So this is more of a sanitation type situation, right? Keep reading.
And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house.
Right. So you bring it into your home. You know what I'm saying? You clean her up. You understand? You make sure, you know, I mean, well, we don't have lice. You know what I'm saying? Black people really don't get lice. I mean, unless you around Edomites. You understand? But you make sure that she's shorn, you know, she's clean, and you take away her rags and stuff like that. You put in a clean garment. You understand? Nice robe. You give her new clothes and stuff like that because you're bringing her into your house. Keep reading.
And bewail her father and mother for a full month, and after that.
Now stop. Somebody look up that word bewail. What does the word bewail mean? That is BEWAIL. Somebody look up that word. What does that word mean?
I got it. Be wild. To express deep sorrow, regret, or lamentations over someone or something.
Right. So it's saying for that state of time, once you bring in the house, you are to bewail her father and mother a full month. Why is there mourning for the father and mother for a full month? Somebody blow my mind. As General Muhammad would say.
Maybe because she's the spoil of war. Maybe.
Okay. I mean, we know that she's a spoil of war, but why are you allowing her to bewail her mother and father for a month? So, Paul, what you got?
Slack, if I may, sir, so that way she'll have time to mourn her mother and father, because they were both destroyed in the conflict.
Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Because her parents are dead, right? So she has no head. You know what I'm saying? She has no father. She has no mother. You killed her mother, the father, the next of kin, everybody gone. You know what I'm saying? So she's in mourning. She not ready to be a wife. Right? So during this time, you bring it in the house because you like her, you sweet on her, you think she cute. You know, she was covered in mud and horse crap. You saw something in her. You know what I'm saying? And in that, you're like, okay, you know, she might be a good wife. But, you know, we are a people of rules and regulations and morals and honor. It's an honorable thing to allow her to mourn her mother and father for a month. And a lot of times that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? But in dignity, since you're going to give her the dignity of being your wife, you're going to give her the time to mourn her mother and father unencumbered. Right? Keep reading.
And after that, thou shalt go in unto her.
After that, you shall do what?
Go in unto her,
and
be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
Now, she's not your wife. You can bring her into your house with all the intentions of marrying her, right? But she's not your wife until you go in unto her. Right? Keep reading. Tell me what verse you at.
14. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money, thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her.
Now, why is it saying this? Does anybody know? Go ahead.
Is it because she's not a daughter of Zion?
No.
No.
Anybody? There. Okay. So there. If I ask this question, it's gonna give away the answer. Okay. That's gonna give away the answer too. I'm just gonna ask it. How many wives did Solomon have? Anybody know? Go ahead, one, y'all.
He had 700 wives. He had 300 concubines.
Okay. So, but are concubines wives?
Not in every case, no. Not unless it's this case.
In what case is a concubine a wife?
When you go into her.
Okay. Yes, she is. But what? Okay.
From war?
What is the difference between a normal wife and a concubine that's a wife? Shamgar.
With a normal wife, she went through the actual procedures, like with the family coming together, the ceremony. There was honor in it, right? The dowry, pay the dowry for her. She was ascertained as a wife. It was an honorable thing. Whereas a concubine, she was his wife because of war, because her family was slaughtered, her father was slaughtered in battle.
Right. So the difference between a normal wife and a concubine that is a wife is one has a father that you paid a dowry for, another one does not have a father that you did not pay a dowry for. In this situation, she was a slave that you made a wife, right? So that's why it's saying, and it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whether she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. Right. Go ahead.
Would that be the same like with Abraham and Hagar?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Right. Keep reading. It was 14 and 15. So read the 15.
Oh, it was 15?
Yeah.
15. If a man have two wives.
If a man have what?
Two wives.
A man have what?
Two wives.
Right. Keep reading.
One beloved and another hated.
See, a lot of you brothers know this very well. A lot of y'all have two wives, one that you love, one that you hate. Let me break it down in common terms for you. Baby mama. You got a baby mama that you sweet on, you know. You got one that just, I mean, you every time you talk to her, you just want to smack your head up against the wall. Right. You understand? Just drives you nuts. Every opportunity she get, she take you in that courthouse trying to get an increase. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take your visitation rights. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take custody of the child from you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get sole custody, and she just wants you as a checkbook. You hate her. You know what I'm saying? You hate her very existence, right? So you got one baby mama you love, one baby mama you hate, right? And neither of these baby mamas, they don't have another man or another husband, right? Because they love you, right? Keep reading. If it died, just use the other mic. You got it? Yeah, you use the other mic.
And they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated. And if the firstborn son be hers, that was hated. 16. Then it shall be, when he maketh his sons inherit that which he hath.
Right. So if you got one baby mama, one that you love, one that you hate, but the baby mama that you hate, she gave you your firstborn son. You know what I'm saying? You got two sons, but your firstborn is with the one that you hate. So 9 times out of 10, you don't get to see him that often. You really don't have a good relationship with him because you don't have a good relationship with the mama. You know what I'm saying? He probably resents you and hates you because of what baby mama number one is been feeding him and stuff like that. So you probably then cut him off. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with him because it's too much angst to deal with the mother to try and have a relationship with the son. So you just cut them both off. You just rather just pay a check and just deal with the one that you got. Right? Keep reading. Verse 16.
Sons to inherit which had, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn.
Because that is wicked. You understand? Your firstborn is your first son. You know, it's your firstborn. Like prime example, right? So I have an older brother. I just met him. He's 50 years old. I've gone my entire life looking for him. You understand? And you know, my dad has always treated me like, you know, I'm his only boy. You understand? You know, he been on me about, you know, being a man after his own heart, because, you know, he was a trucker, had a trucking business. He wanted me to run 18-wheelers. You understand? But when I met my older brother, he did everything that my father did and then some, right? And he didn't have a relationship with my older brother because he didn't have a relationship with the mother, right? Now, if my father had something to give, right, just because he had a great relationship with my mother doesn't mean that my older brother doesn't get the double portion because he's the head of the family. When he came down here, I treated him like he was the head of the family, right? You understand? So you can't rearrange stuff because of decisions that you made or that you didn't make, because of how well things went or how well things didn't go, right? This is what it is. This is the card that was dealt. This is your family. That is your son. He has a right to the double portion. And for you to take that from him is wicked because you don't have a good relationship with his mother. Keep reading.
17. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all he had. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his.
You understand? So we have rules for this, right? There's rules for every scenario of marriage, right? There are rules if you have one wife. There's rules if you have more than one wife. There's rules if y'all not getting along and you need to separate from your wife. You understand? Like, so you need to understand these things because this is what's going to keep you out of judgment from the Lord. I tell brothers and sisters all the time, you have to remain blameless at all times. It doesn't matter how that person acts. How did you act? You have to be the change that you want to see. And then a lot of times, once y'all get past what I like to call the hunching stage, you understand? The veil is lifted, right? You know, once you get that release, and y'all know what I mean when I say that release, you know, then reality sits in. Oh, I don't like the way he snores. You know what I'm saying? She ain't really live like that without her makeup on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and then you know the big one, when you smell the person break wind for the first time. You know what I'm saying? How the person eats. You know, and then you start dissecting every little thing. Because you didn't take the time to get to know the person in courtship before you got married. But guess what? Once you sample the milk, that's your cow out. You understand? Once Once you break the bull, or you break the stallion, or you break the heifer, that's yours. You own it, because you are the person that person is tied to, right? And sex is marriage. Let's get another example of it, and then we'll move on. Go to Genesis 29 and 26, 29 and 16. Salakia. Let me go there with you so they can read along with you online. Genesis. And if you guys have questions online, you can type them in the chat, whether they're on topic or off topic. And Johnny, that was an excellent question, brother. Excellent question. So remember this, as you're learning, everything is in context, right? So like if you would have scrolled up just maybe 3 more verses, the answer for the framework for the question that your wife had, it was right there. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bible gives stipulation for every situation that you go through, every situation that you experience. That's why we say precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Shamgar. He'll handle the mic so they can hear him online.
No, I just wanted to clarify on that last precept about the concubines, that they are children of Israel. They ain't no heathens.
No.
It's to clarify.
No. Now Solomon did sin in taking wives from other nations. That's why he lost the kingdom, right? Like there's literally a law for you not to take, and we'll get into that, not to take wives from other nations, because they will take your heart away from the Lord and have you and tempt you to serve their gods, which is what was Solomon's downfall, right? That's also why in the scriptures it says everything that is lawful isn't expedient, right? Yes, you can have multiple wives, but you might not need, the scripture says, do not multiply wives unto yourself, that it will take your heart from the Lord. Because I don't know if you know, here in the school, to raise and be with a wife the right way, it is a full-time job. You got to be her counselor. You got to be her priest. You got to be her best friend. You got to be her chef.
Damn.
You got to be her mechanic. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a handyman. You understand? You have to be everything that she needs at all times, no matter what time. To be in any type of relationship, it is inconvenient. Go ahead, one y'all.
Yeah, just to go on what you said. Yeah, because just like we're destroyed and need the truth and be taught, our women got destroyed just as much as we did. So
absolutely.
That's what you're saying is on point. No, I want to add to what Shamgar was saying about the heathen. Like a lot of brothers, I went to all white schools growing up, so hopefully some brothers that I say this it hit. Like they think like, I'll mess with a heathen. Right. I'm saying she ain't finna turn my heart away. Guess what? He may be right. She might not turn his heart away. But you know what she gonna do? She gonna turn his heart away because she gonna get that child.
Oh yeah.
And that child is his seed, is his offspring. That's how he's gonna come back. You see what I'm saying? Especially if it's a son. And they don't understand. You see them? You see my point? They don't understand that point.
Let me tell you something. Okay, let's just say let's give the example of Jeezy and the Asian chick that he married and divorced, right? You be a damn fool if you think she not gonna teach that child her language, her culture, her religion, right? Now you have Jeezy that grew up Christian. 9 times out of 10, she grew up Buddhist, right? Your dietary laws and her dietary laws are completely different. You know what I'm saying? They eat shit like eel and sea urchins, bats, anything that they can knock over with a club or hit with a rock, they gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if you know what a sea urchin is, but it looks like a phallus. You know what I'm saying? And when you bite into it, it squirts out white stuff like a phallus. I'm being serious. You should look it up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's a delicacy, you know what I'm saying? For them, it's a delicacy. You understand? But you would try things to appease your mate. Things that you knew damn well if you was on the block, you'd be like, man, I ain't eating that. Why would I eat something that looked like a rod and squirts white stuff? You understand? Why would I eat an eel? It's not so you're gonna eat a sea snake. You know what I'm saying? That's like you going to what's the barbecue spot we got down here? Papa's Barbecue, and they got smoked water moccasin. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was like, hey man, let me get some of that water. Why they got water moccasin? You be like, what the hell? They got snake? You know what I'm saying? It's just like in Louisiana. The first time I went down to Louisiana with my people, they had alligator on the menu. I was like, why you want to eat a reptile, bro?
Well, they love that gator tail.
Yeah, they gator, turtle stew. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you want to eat Raphael, bro? You want to eat Donatello, my nigga?
They want to eat Master Splinter too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Nutri-Rat.
Yeah, the Nutri-Rat.
Yeah. Go ahead. Y'all want to say talk on the mic.
They eat a Rudolph in Alaska.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they eat Rudolph. Like that's
yeah.
a delicacy.
You know what I'm saying? Now ain't nothing wrong with no reindeer now. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with no reindeer.
Yeah,
it's lawful. Yeah, reindeer is lawful. Yeah. Reindeer is lawful. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's still considered venison. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me Rudolph, Dancer, and Prince. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Donald and Vixen.
And
you know
Bambi.
what I'm saying? Give real talk. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you be a fool if you think that woman or that man is not going to teach their child their culture. That's why it was a law for us not to give all our daughters to their sons, nor give our sons to their daughters, right? Because you're going to have a mixed seed, right? Because the first example that a child has of a woman is what? Their mother. 9 times out of 10, children marry women that look like what? Their mother, right? Prime example, Blake Griffin. His daddy married a white woman. What did Blake Griffin marry? A white woman. You understand? Now, his son, he's a brother. But if you look at him, you couldn't tell him from a white boy. But Slocky, he a nigga. He got blue eyes and slick hair. You know what I'm saying? But he a brother. Same thing with the balls. You know what I'm saying? Jamelo, Mello, and I forgot the other one's name. Yeah, and LaMelo. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you every single last one of them gonna get a white woman because they daddy married a white woman. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna think anything is wrong with it, right? But your enemy can never identify with what you're going through on a day-to-day basis. They could never understand the plight that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans go through, right? They could never understand how black people are triggered watching our Hispanic brothers go through what they're going through with ICE. You understand? It is reminiscent of what our ancestors went through with slave catchers. You understand? Your oppressor can't identify with that. An Asian cannot identify with that. A Hamite, an African, cannot identify with that. An Arab cannot identify with that. They won't understand why you are so upset, why you're hurt. You know what I'm saying? Why you having a traumatic reaction to what you're witnessing on the television. Hell, you might not even understand, but it's in your DNA because it's happened throughout your people. Go ahead, one y'all.
Just real quick, and I think it's the book of Ezra in the Old Testament, in the 10th chapter, when the Lord, when all the priests and things like that, they had slept with the heathen women and bore children of them, and the Lord said in the 3rd chapter, you got to get rid of that woman and them children got to go because they
Right.
had learned the language, learned the ways. That's what you're saying right now.
Because and they was bringing that into Israel. Yeah. Right. Ga'ala asked an excellent question. Right. Ga'ala just asked, if I may, sir, why did Moses have an Ethiopian wife? All right. So you wanted to answer?
Oh, you said why?
Yeah, he said why? He said if I may, sir, why did Moses have an Ethiopian wife? Does anybody know the answer to that question? Go ahead. The answer is more simpler. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, the question was, if I may, sir, why did Moses have an Ethiopian wife? You close. You real close. What you got to one? You damn near on it. What you got to one, y'all?
Add to what he said, because when you're in the land, that's what you're going to end up doing or whatever. But the reason why Moses felt just to do it, because there was no commandments at that time that barred him from sleeping and getting with a heathen woman.
That's it right there. Right. So now I'm gonna make it even more simpler. When Moses married the Ethiopian woman, was he in the truth?
No, he wasn't.
Why? What? How? Okay. When did Moses come into the truth? When he got the law. Well, he didn't get the law until they were in the wilderness after they left Egypt. But when did Moses come into the truth? So, Paul, I think your hand went up first.
It's like, if I may, at the burning bush.
The first burning bush, right? When he got the commandment from God to go back to Egypt and to go get his people. That's when Moses came. That's when he was a trooper. He was a trooper for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The Lord told him, take them sandals off, nigga. You're on holy ground. You understand? Moses was a trooper under the order of Melchizedek, because it wouldn't know, Levites wasn't holding it down. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So he wasn't in the truth. So what does that tell you? If you come into the truth and you're married to a heathen, are we going to tell you to leave your wife out? No, because you would be causing your wife to commit adultery. But your wife could never come into the congregation. So when we have Feast of Unleavened Bread, Feast of First Fruits, Passover, the Feast of Tabernacle, Hanukkah, Day of Atonement, she could never come in and be a part. Your children can, but she can't. Now, that's going to be very hard for your spouse. Same thing with a woman. If you married someone from another culture and you had children with that man, you could come to the feast day, sis. You could come to class, but your children and your husband could never come in here. And that's a hard thing. You got to be a super strong woman to leave your husband and your children at home to keep your culture when you find out that you're an Israelite. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. She's not going to come. And if you married to a man married to a heathen, you understand, it's going to be hard for that wife. It's going to be hard for them to accept. This is why you shouldn't do it in the first place. But you were ignorant to your culture, and we're going to tell you to do the honorable thing. That's your wife, huh? Honor your wife. You just can't bring her in here. You understand? But what ends up happening a lot of times is because they can't understand or deal with the separation in the household, a lot of times after a couple of years, they leave. You know what I'm saying? Because according to their law and their culture, they can divorce and they can go get another husband. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when you find out that you're an Israelite and you married a heathen, that's your wife, huh? And you got to stick with her. Till death do you part. And we're not going to tell you to leave her. We're going to tell you to honor her. You know, you can call for marriage counsel and all that, but the difference between her and you have to honor the counsel, because the counsel is coming from the book, coming from your culture, is coming from the law. She does not. So if we go into counsel and she agreed with the counsel, and then the next day she decides she wants to be a sea dragon in the household, guess what? That's your sea urchin, That's your electrical eel. You understand? And you got to deal with it. You understand? So this is why it is said that you should not give our sons to their daughters and take their daughters to our sons, or vice versa. Oh, don't give our daughters to their sons and take their daughters to our sons. Right. You understand? Because you're going to have a mixed seed. You're going to have mixed fabric. You understand? It's going to be an unequal balance in the household. You understand? And a lot of times, children cling to their mother's knee. They don't really start dealing and understanding the daddy until like 10 years old up. And I'm sorry, John, you had your hand up. You had a question?
Yeah, I was trying to ask, is that the same like the Israelitish woman in the scriptures?
No.
That's something different?
That's something completely different. Right? Let's see. Somebody had another. Oh, the same brother had another question. He said, "If I may, sir, I thought we always had the law. Abraham kept all the commandments, statutes, and judgments." Yes, we always had the law, but we forgot the law in captivity. This is why Moses had to physically write down the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? He had to literally reteach Israel their culture, because we was ODing on flesh pots. You know what I'm saying? We was ODing on the convenience. We was ODing on WIC, Section 8. You understand? Happy Meals from McDonald's, fast food. You know what I'm saying? Convenience is what destroys culture, right? Like, to have the Passover at the ranch was such a beautiful thing is because it is who we are. I was just talking to Officer Ron about this earlier today. It was like, and I think I'm gonna talk to Commander YAHANNA about what we talked about. Instead of us spending all this money on buying beans, like I've been in the school for 10 years. Each venue that we done been at, that we didn't purchase for Passover, at minimum is 10 bands. So for the 10 years that I've been in the school, that's 100,000. That's a down payment on a nice piece of land, on some nice acreage. Damn near as much acreage as you want. That's a nice down payment, right? And then we developed our own ranch, the I.S.U.P.K ranch. And then guess what you got now? You got a way to employ brothers. You send Captain Card down here. You understand? You train brothers up on slaughtering animals. You understand? Guess what? We got our own meat distribution throughout the world now. Now you giving brothers an occupation. You got something, and then when brothers come into the school, you understand, don't got nowhere to stay. We got barracks on the ranch, just like Yellowstone.
Ranch hand.
You know what I'm saying? You a ranch hand. You understand? And your troopership, you start off as a stable hand. You know what I'm saying? You a stable boy. You understand? You shoveling hay and horse shit, Salakia. You understand? So you know what it is to be humble. It's also a way to discipline a brother. Well, brother, okay, you've been running the horses and stuff like that, but you constantly being a drunk. You're gonna be a stable boy, you understand, for 6 months. You're gonna shovel shit and hay for 6 months. You understand? But we will be getting back to our culture because we've been cowboys from the beginning. That's what a shepherd is. It's a cowboy. You understand? That is our profession. That's why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's why we so good with animals. You understand? Because it is our profession. You understand? And we got to that's why the Passover was so glorious. Everybody just felt so natural being around the horses, being around the lamb, even the crazy dog that was in the back. You understand? That was driving me, IR1, YAHANNA, and Ron crazy. And he was all like, bro, from the time we got out there at noon to 7 in the morning, he just barking. You understand? But we was at peace out there. You understand? Doing what we do. You understand? First day watching Captain Akkad, Kazak Ahmad, and Officer 5000 LeBon and the rest of the butters slaughter the lambs to feed the nation. This is the mindset that we gotta have, Akim. You gotta be able to be a man to provide, not a man of convenience. Right? Like your woman loves you because of what you can provide. The first thing, of course, you can provide is what? Security. She already think you're cute, nigga. But she want to know that you cute and that you can fight. Yeah. That you cute and that you can bust a gun. You understand? You know, or that you're cute and when the rubber hits the road that you can make something shake. So what better way than to know how to raise animals? You understand? How to trade it. That is the number one wealth in America, agriculture. Go ahead, one y'all.
With Proverbs chapter 12, verse 10. A righteous.
Hey, Salaki, hey, y'all won. Y'all say that dog had a demon on him. Go ahead, one y'all.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel.
Absolutely. You understand? You got to take care of the beast, bro. That's why throughout the Bible, it compared all the nations, even Israel, to beasts of the field. We're lambs, right? Other nations are lions. Some are dogs. You understand? A lot of them are dogs. Calabra in the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? You want to call somebody a female dog in the Hebrew, you just call them a calabra. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But this is why it's important to understand what the sanctity of marriage is. We come from wealth and royalty because we were wealth in agriculture and livestock. In my Genesis class, I broke down when Jacob came back from Laban into his father's land, in the Isaac land, he gave his brother Esau a gift of $1 million in livestock so he wouldn't kill him. So if he able to give a gift of $1 million, he sent $1 million alive. He sent $1 million of livestock ahead of him and his wife and children. Star me out, Debo. You know what I'm saying? I know you hate me, bro. But shoot, man, this you. But if he's able to give a gift of $1 million worth of livestock, what you think he got? This is the stock that you come from. You understand? And we ran from the country to be city slickers. You understand? When we was out there in the country, we was free. You know, I tell people all the time, as a man, there's nothing more free to be able to take a piss in an open field. You know what I'm saying? You just out there, just you and the wind. You know what I'm saying? Pissing in the wind. Ain't nothing more freer than that. On your own land, brother, let me tell you something. You don't got to worry about nobody looking over no fence. You know what I'm saying? You know, nobody rolling up telling you, hey, put that away. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You free on your land. Go ahead, one y'all.
I'm asking because I know you know history, but you know the law real well. Because it affected me. Do you think that's why a lot of our people, and I'm talking about Christian church or whatever, don't concern themselves with the Old Testament? Because since the agricultural part has been taken over about it, the way that I thought, like when I looked at sacrifice a bull, a lamb, all right, man, nobody got all of that, but that's where we come from. So it's an actual disconnect Because we not Israelites. They can't be that. Because
Right.
my daddy and mama can't trace our family back that far. My daddy and mama ain't never had that. I grew up in the hoods. I grew up in Cooney. You know what I'm saying? But we deal in livestock, and they took that away from us.
Absolutely.
So it's like, well, Jesus is our Passover, which is true, you know,
Right.
or our lamb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they simplify it like that. And our sacrifices, everything's Christ. But all that stuff in the first 5 books and that, you know, and all that stuff with animals, I don't know nothing about that. Take me to a Waterburg over here.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Like we are so disconnected from the process of making food. It's ridiculous. If you actually knew what it took to make a hamburger, brother, you would cherish that burger that you ate. Let me tell you something. Here in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, we know what it takes to make a hamburger out. Last Houston cookout, we slaughtered 2 bulls. Every way that you could have beef, we had it. We smoked it, broiled it, slow cooked it, seared it, put it in egg rolls. You know what I'm saying? Every way that we braised it. Every way that you could have beef, we had ground beef. We had steaks. We had riblets, full ribs, briskets, roast. You know what I'm saying? You know, chuck roast. You know what I'm saying? Every way that you could have beef, we had it. And we know what it takes to put food on the table. That's a man, huh? Do you know how to break down a bird? Do you know how to gut a fish and descale it? Man. You know what I'm saying? This is what makes you a man, being able to put food on the table. You know what I'm saying? If push comes to shove and the grocery, I always tell people all the time, what you gonna do when the lights go out? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I tell brothers, my favorite podcast is the Sean Ryan podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's this white boy. He an ex-Navy SEAL. He be having all of his Navy SEAL buddies come on there, government officials and stuff like that. He had this one guy from the FBI, and they were talking about the possibility of survival if there's an EMP, right? He said, if you're not out of an urban area in the first 48 hours, your likelihood of survival is like, I think he says like 5%. It's a 95% possibility that you're going to die. Because you got to understand, right? If there's no electricity, there's no pumps to run your faucets. If there's no electricity, all food that is in the grocery store, all the meat is spoiled in a day. You know what I'm saying? Your produce, you got about 7 days. Because majority of the produce outside of the fresh greens gonna wilt, they're gonna be out there. But your potatoes, your tomatoes, your fruits, your vegetables, they'll last about 7 days. Bread, forget about it. It's out of there. You know what I'm saying? Fruit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fruit flies don't get to, you know what I'm saying? You out 7 days, you out of there. So all you got is canned goods. Canned goods, nigga, boy gonna murk you behind some cream of corn. You know what I'm saying? Boy's gonna murk you behind some Spam. You know what I'm saying? Some sardines. Oh, don't have the mackerel in the can that they be making salmon croquettes out of. Boy gonna blow your head off for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how people be saying, you gonna do something strange with the train, or you gonna be making it clap for some water. You know what I'm saying? Water will be the new commodity. And he who has the power and infrastructure in that point in time is going to be king. That's why the scripture says in that day, 7 women will be tied to one man. Yeah. Because your degrees ain't going to mean nothing when the lights go out. That penthouse you got ain't going to mean nothing when the lights go out. You understand? Because if you're an independent woman, you understand, and you by yourself, you don't need no man, guess what? If you stay in one of them houses in River Oaks, we coming. They coming. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? When they come and take your food, your water, they see you don't got no man. I'm sorry, sis. They gonna rape you. They gonna take it and they gonna kill you. That's why the scripture says, in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man, saying, for us to just be called by your name to take away our reproach. Because we need protection. Right? You know, that them roughnecks, you know what I'm saying, that you turned your nose up, they gonna be fine gold then. Them cowboys that's rolling through Sunnyside, you know what I'm saying, Acres Homes, you know what I'm saying, you know, that you look crazy at when you on the road in your car, they riding the horse down the street, that you looking, they gonna be fine gold then. Because guess what? They got transportation. Because when those lights go out, because majority of your cars are electric, you know what I'm saying, and have electric motorized brains in it, you got a $60,000 paperweight. You know what I'm saying? Cars from the 60s I mean they gonna be $100,000 cars then. So to be a man, let alone a righteous man of the Lord, because doing then is going to be all out lawlessness. This is why he says, if you're not out of an urban area to a rural area that you have set up in the first 48 hours, you're going to die. Because sewage is going to back up. So when sewage backs up, guess what happens? Disease. That's where the bubonic plague came from. Right? Because you dwelling around feces, you're going to die. This is why we raise righteous men of the Lord. And here in the Israelite school, it don't matter what city you in, what country you in. If it's a school there, guess what? We got infrastructure and numbers. Because during that time, that's what's going to matter. The only, and I hate to say it, the only Black and Hispanic people that's going to have sanctuary, if you're not in Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, you're gonna either have to go and deal with FOI or the Catholic Church. It's the only people that have infrastructure. You think 2 of y'all with guns is enough? When a 50 person militia rolls up on you, it's a wrap. You think your 40-acre comeback means something? You know what I'm saying? You got 5 men with guns to protect your family, and a militia rolls up on your land. 50 trained men, because they train every weekend. You know what I'm saying? 4 to 5 times a month. You know, they taking it, you gonna die and they're gonna rape your women and kill your children, because that is the rules of war. You kill the men and the children and you take the women. It's the rules of war. Go ahead, one y'all.
Electricity's gone.
Mike.
The electricity's gone. Mm-hmm. There's no power. So your fancy home security system and your Brinks and your ADT, that's a wrap too.
And if you live in one of these fancy penthouse towers, you're living in a tomb. You can't even get out. The elevators don't work. You know what I'm saying? And if you go down the stairs, like you said, they're gonna be waiting for you in the stairwell. You understand? I guarantee you, none of y'all got 1,000 rounds of ammunition for each firearm you got. I guarantee you don't. And even if you got 1,000 rounds, you just one man. You just one woman. If you got 4 trained men that know how to clear a room, you dead. It's over. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, I was telling my uncle that the other day. My uncle, we got a big pasture, 80 acres, land and everything. But he's the only one that stay there. He got all these guns and ammunition. I'm like, Unc, but you only one person. Right. Like, how I'm gonna get to you? I'm all the way in Houston. It's gonna take me 5 hours to get to Texarkana.
Bro, listen, just to let you know, to qualify in the military, you have to be able to shoot a target with iron sights from 500 yards. You understand? You one man. You can't see me 500 yards away. You understand?
In the dark?
In the dark or in the daytime. You understand? It's over with. We just gonna wait until it get real late. That's just like back in the day, you know, with the Ku Klux Klan. They would wait till it got late. You and your family go to sleep. You understand? And they come with them horses and the Molotov cocktails, and they burn your house, make you come outside, and they kill you and your family, and they take your land. The same thing that they did then, they're going to do now. That's why the scripture says, gather yourself together, O nation that's not desired. Because the only thing that's going to save Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So you so focused on paperwork instead of making your marriage and relationship work. Communication rules the nation. Right? All right. So let's get into a couple of, what time is it? It's okay, we got time. All right. So we kind of loosely talked about what adultery is. Let's get some scriptures on it. Johnny, pull Leviticus 20 and 10. Oh, he did. Nephew, you got your Bible on your phone? Leviticus 20 and 10. Shamgar, get Deuteronomy 22 and 22, and then a one y'all pull Romans 7 and 3. Let me go online and pull the first one for him. Leviticus 20 and 10. Hand little bro the mic. Oh, you got it? Most High Christ. 20 and 10. Turn the mic on. Yeah, use that one. That one dead. Yeah, that whole dead. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, no sweat.
And the man that commit adultery with another man's wife.
Say that again.
And the man that commit adultery with another man's wife, even he that commit adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adultery and the adulteress shall surely be put to death.
Right. Now, in the word, matter of fact, somebody look up Webster's or whatever dictionary.com, look up the definition for the word adultery. Or dictionary.com, whatever. Somebody look up adultery. Whatever you got, go ahead and read it.
Webster Dictionary. Definition of adultery. Voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and someone other than that person's current spouse.
Right. So it's saying if you sleep with someone outside of your marriage, period, that's adultery. According to the Bible, that is not what adultery is. Right? Adultery is if a man, as you read, sleeps with another man's wife. And if a woman sleeps with a man other than their husband. That's why when Johnny pulled in Deuteronomy chapter 20, if a man endows a maiden that is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall surely make her his wife. That's what the law says. You understand? So it's if you lie with a woman that is unmarried, guess what? That's your responsibility. So you better choose wisely. If you got a happy house at the house, you know what I'm saying, and you go tiptoe for some fleeting pleasure, Guess what? You tasted that milk, that's your cow. And don't let her find out that you in the school. Oh, she gonna call. She gonna call General Hyman. Salakia, sir. Salakia, sir. You know what I'm saying? Is it Salakia or is it Salachia? Is it Salachia or Salakia? Salachia, sir. I met this brother. He was in Houston. He came down from the UK. He was 6'6". You know what I'm saying? So dapper near and amazing. You know, and he told me he was in this Israelite school, but he went back to the UK. And I watched one of your classes, sir, and you said that if we been together, and he looked up on my necklace, because sir, he looked up on my necklace, that I'm married to him. And I'm trying to find my British knight. Nigga, General Hyman, get Karachi on the phone. Get him on the phone. You know what I'm saying? You broke her, you bought her, bro. So it is better that you take your time. You get to know the person. You ask them the tough questions. You know, do you have any? Matter of fact, before you even ask, do you have any illness? The first thing that y'all should have is a My Chart party. Have a My Chart party. If you don't know what a My Chart is, that is the digital information from your checkup. You know what I'm saying? Where it talks about your blood pressure, you know, it talks about, you know, your cholesterol, and then, you know, the number one spot y'all should go to, STDs. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of y'all, you know, when y'all, you know, when y'all go to get married, y'all don't turn the lights on. You know, I like to look in the dark, see what I'm doing. I want to hit the lights. I want to see everything. You know what I'm saying? I want to see where the Lord allowed me to put something. You know what I'm saying? I want to bask in the glory in what I'm receiving. You understand? But no, not a lot of y'all. Y'all just turn off the lights. No candles. y'all out here playing Russian roulette with the rod. You know what I'm saying? What you got out y'all want? Yeah, hand in the mic.
It's so wicked right now just to be a black man in Houston, bro. Like, like when you meet a chick now, bro, like you can't even tell her you from the H.
No.
Like it's bad, bro. Like if you meet a chick and you tell her, oh nah, I got this shit. Like, where your mind? You got it. You know, but it's just sad that Houston took the stage. Like it's bad right now.
Oh yeah, we neck and neck with Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? What you got, Johnny? Mike. It's crazy. They for spring break, they had 30,000 new cases. 30,000.
Yeah, the only reason that we have so many high numbers is because everybody moving here from other states.
Got all these transplants. That's what we saying.
Yeah.
And that's what we saying. The first day of y'all courting, the first thing is you. So when the last time you got a checkup? That should be the first question. I know that was our first question. When the first time you got a checkup? You know.
I thought we was just going out to eat. I didn't know you were gonna start tripping.
Nigga, our first date, we gonna exchange my charts. We gonna look at each other's my charts over some burger and fries. Right. Go ahead, John.
Hey, what if she hit you with the? But what is that's the HIPAA violation? You can't look at my chart.
Oh shoot.
Then
a hip, a hop, a hip to the hip hop. You don't stop a rocket. You know what I'm saying? You're out of there. You understand? I'm telling you something, Mark. Don't you do it.
Don't put your prized possessions down that rabbit hole.
Listen. Listen, you gonna go in there because when you're getting with somebody, you ain't been with somebody in a while, so you're going in there for 10 minutes of pleasure. You gonna pull your stuff out. It's gonna look like a Star Crunch.
Blue waffle.
The blue waffle. Listen. I'm gonna tell you something. If you ever wanted a deterrent, you know what I'm saying, from just randomly laying with people and making sure when you're courting, you exchange your my chart information. Just do yourself a favor after class, or even while you're in class, look up the blue waffle. You understand? Look up the blue waffle. You understand? Like the Lord say, He gonna do a new thing in the earth. He gonna make your box look like a blue waffle. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, it's crazy out here. You understand? So that's the first tough question that you should ask. The next question you should ask is, how was your parents?
Right.
What stock do you come from? Man. You should ask to go meet their parents. Because 9 times out of 10, at their worst, that's what you're gonna be dealing with. You know, the elderly, they don't have no filter. And that's what they dealt with being raised up in the household. You should ask each other about credit. That's a very important question. Do you have a savings? Do you have a job? You know, you should ask yourself, what do you need? What are your non-negotiables? Right? Because the attraction's already there. I want to knock you down. That's a given. I wouldn't have asked to court you if I didn't think you was knockdownable. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have these questions, because after you get the release, reality sits in. And guess what, Akim? Her problems are your problems. Her debt is your debt. Her broken down lemon is your broken down lemon. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, anything that's wrong with her, it's what's wrong with you. You understand? You got to be a psychologist. Go out of y'all, my brother, my brother in relationship arms.
That's crazy, sir. But I was gonna say, it's because y'all become one flesh after that. So y'all combine now, and she is now your responsibility. Wow. Cap Kahan told me that a long time ago.
Listen, let me tell you something. If you complaining about your wife, you should look at yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a nigga complaining about a job that he applied for. Nigga, you applied for the job. It's like, man, they get on my nerves at the warehouse. Nigga, you signed the terms and conditions, nigga. They told you what you was gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? You can't quit, nigga. Or if you do, I mean, at this job, you can't quit at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, what a nigga look like complaining at a job that he applied for? Nigga, you asked for the job. You endowed her. You know, I'm sorry. You what did it say? You enticed her. You know what I'm saying? You put in the application for the job, huh? She was just chilling at brunch, sipping her mimosas. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, I gotta have that. I don't know about y'all. I told mine I had to come back for them yams. You know what I'm saying? You applied for the job. Damn.
Sorry, but they be thinking that it's a temp site.
Everyone said he be thinking that it's a temp agency. That nigga crazy. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, man. So when I figured out I was an Israelite and I was breaking down the whole scriptures of me being able to have second wives, this, that, and the third, and I got the okay from my rib.
Oh.
No, hold on, Salakia.
Okay.
I know. I already know.
Okay.
You know, I'm in the truth now.
Okay.
It's a totally different.
Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, whether your wife agree with it or not,
I know
you go out there and you drop rod out, it's yours.
Con,
And you gonna have to deal with it.
Con out of Wakanda.
Now, if you's a liar
yeah,
and you try to hide it and conceal it,
Con.
you're gonna have to deal with the consequences.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So the thing is that once she had an understanding, this is what I was about to do. It was so easy to get the women, but then the women that would come to me would just be so on some whole other freaky type stuff, which I wasn't trying to find.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like every woman that would come by me that was on that type of time, it's like, that's not what I want. I don't want that. So it's like, now it's like that I could, like, now that I have the understanding of what I can do as a man, it's like all the types of quality of women that's coming my way is something I don't want.
Let me tell you what you are when you come into the truth. You know what I'm saying? You ever been camping before?
Yeah, for sure.
You ever been camping before? Yeah. Anybody else been camping before?
Yeah.
Right. So you know that when you go camping and you set up your tent and stuff like that, what's the second thing you do after you pitch your tent and it get dark? What's the next thing you do?
Firewood.
You get firewood and then you do what? You make a fire.
Yeah, make fire.
Right? Now, if you really camping and you like not on no campgrounds, but like you in the forest, the dumbest thing that you can do is light a fire. Because it's what? You letting everybody know what? I'm right here. That's what you are when you come into the truth. When you go into the world. You are a camper setting up a campsite, and you're the fire. You're the light. And everything that's looking for warmth in this cold, dark world is going to come to the light. And they don't know why they're going to come to the light. You know, moths are drawn to a flame to die.
Yeah.
You understand? Snakes slither to flames to be warm. Everything is drawn to the flame, right? Because you are a light bearer. That's your job. And the scripture says that you're not supposed to put your light under a bushel. You're supposed to let your light shine amongst men. Now, the counter or the other side of that is, with great power comes great responsibility. If you don't use your light wisely, you're gonna burn yourself out. That's right. You understand? So all of these people are being drawn to the light: vipers, spiders, moths, mosquitoes, deer, bears, rabbits. You understand? They're all coming looking for comfort and warmth. This school is the hospital. And people, even though they might be attracted to you, the spirit in them, the spirit of God in them knows that their vessel is sick. So they're really being drawn to you for healing. But that demon in them is going to try and destroy you or destroy them because they don't want them to come to you for healing.
I didn't think about it like that.
So that the person that's inside of them that's still trying to fight, the little bitty bit of them that's still in there is trying to fight. They're drawn to you, but that demon is like, oh, he ain't all the way in the truth. Yeah, I'm a bind him. Because you know it says when the spirit leaves a vessel and goes out into the dry places and it comes back and it sees it all clean and swept up, it goes and gets 7 greater spirits greater than itself to come and bind and take back over the host. Yep. So if you were somebody that dwelt in strip clubs, it wouldn't be wise when you first coming into the truth to go to strip clubs. Right. If you was a person that was a smoker like me, I was a nigga, I sold. You know what I'm saying? Big smoker. It wouldn't be wise for me to go around my partners, you know what I'm saying, that I ran with, niggas that I smoke with. It wouldn't be wise. You playing with danger. Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, that makes sense because most of the time I would meet these people, I would be on MLK or I'll be, somewhere like Alameda, hanging out. I don't never go inside the club. I would be outside and stuff like that with my cousin and them.
It ain't nothing wrong.
But
and let me say this.
I'm just saying that's why I'm meeting these, these people. They'll come up and be like, oh boy, you look, who is you? So I get to talking, chopping it up with them and telling them everything. But then it always be that weird type of feeling I get. Yeah, I'd be like,
it's the demon.
Right. I can't resonate with them.
Right. So I give you perfect example. I give you a quick story. My wife right here, our last wedding anniversary. You know what I'm saying? We leave the restaurant, we go to off the record. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Random female. Ooh, y'all fun. Y'all cool. You know what I'm saying? Who is y'all? Oh, y'all Israelites? Ooh, you could have more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? I like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Whole time, she trying to line my wife up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put my wife in the trick bag. I can hear your wife. Get this heathen out of here. Her son will not be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, I'm interested. Can I get your number? Yeah. Gave her Captain Zariak number.
You lined up?
Yeah, lined up. She trying to line me up. I lined up. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. She called it number one time, never called again. You know what I'm saying? You have to be as wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. You have to know that everybody has an angle and an ulterior motive that is outside of this school. Right. I'm gonna tell you, like General Mahyman told all of us, nobody recruited you to come into the school. Nobody asked you to come to class. Nobody asked you to stand out there at camp. Nobody asked you like are y'all one? He had came. He was like maybe his first week. Nobody asked him to help us slaughter a bull and to serve the whole community. He volunteered. You volunteered. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not a captive here. Right. Nobody's forcing you to be here. Right. It was here before you. It was here before me. It'll be here after me. Yep. It'll be here when you decide to leave. Right. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather you leave before you get the oil poured on your head. Do not play with the Lord. Go ahead, y'all want.
Look, and it's crazy. You say you volunteer, but then it get to a point where it's like I don't even want to say it ain't even making yourself do, the above and beyond. But it's like, I don't know, when it really get in your blood, it's a certain level of conviction that make you choke.
That's the spirit of the Lord.
If you don't do it.
That's the spirit of the Lord.
And you rather not even feel that, so you just do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because look, I'm gonna tell you something. You cannot fake in here. You know what I'm saying? Like one y'all Shamgar out of y'all, they'll tell you. General Mahyman has told stories of FBI agents that have tried to infiltrate the school. Absolutely. You know what ends up happening? They end up joining the school. Yeah, because you can't fake in here. We're not priests. We're not drug dealers pretending to be priests. We're not fraud scammers pretending, people doing white collar crime pretending to be priests. There are no criminals here. There are only priests. So either you're going to change or you're going to leave. There's no in between. Either the school changes you or you leave. And it's not an easy thing. That's why the scripture says, broad is the path to destruction, narrow is the way to life. Go ahead, IDR.
I remember just speaking on what you're talking about. I remember when Commander General YAHANNA
said that I hope the FBI send a brother up in here because I'm gonna change him and make him turn against y'all. Then I remember, if you remember that happened, and the brother came out feeling guilty and told on the officer, everybody, everything they had him doing, everything, because he was around us and he was like, nah, I'm not gonna be that nigga. Like, I'm not gonna be that nigga that did this to the Black Panthers, that be the dude that's the COINTELPRO for something real, because he saw that it was real in here. So he was overcome with guilt and he came out and told. Feel me? Like, I remember that.
Go ahead, support.
So it's like, if I may, and you know, just so heavy that y'all said that, because I was watching a documentary not too long ago. I mean, that happened all the way from Garvey to the FOI. Like
every single organization.
Right. It's like the first black agent was with Garvey, Agent 800. And like, I'm sure, like y'all was saying, the agents came up in here, but you can't find no fault with the I.S.U.P.K.
Listen, get that brother in. You know what I'm saying? Captain Yatazak has a partner that he grew up with that works in the White House, and they keep tabs on us. Yeah. He told Captain Yatazak that they keep tabs on us. They don't understand how we're able to say what's going on behind the scenes is because we read the book. We are the real priests and prophets of the Lord. You understand? They literally look at what we're saying is like, how do they know this? How do they know this is happening? How do they know that this is going on? Who are they talking to? When you it says when you walk as a righteous man, even your enemies will be at peace with you. It's because they will respect you, right? Because you're a man of honor, you're a woman of honor, you're a man and woman of integrity. And if you're not a Psalms 1 man, you can't get a Proverbs 31 woman, and vice versa. In order to get a Proverbs 31 woman, you have to be a Psalms 1 man. The scripture says, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all of his righteousness, then all of these things shall be added unto you. Right. So you got to be a Psalms 1 man first. You have to sacrifice your life for the Lord in order for him to reward you. And it's in your consistent sacrifice is your higher the reward. You can't expect for you to be in the truth for a day, a week, a month, 6 months, and expect for you to just see the glory of God in your life. When you've been glorifying in hell for 30 years, you're an infant. You're a baby. You're not even a child. You don't know how to walk. You don't know how to talk. You can't even hold your head up. We got to hold your head up. Because of your guilt, because of your shame. We have to tell you it's okay. You're a new creation. You're a baby. Right. You threw up on yourself. We'll clean it up. You defecated on yourself. You pissed on yourself. We'll clean it up. You keep tripping. Don't worry. We'll catch you. You crying. Don't worry about it. We'll console you. We'll counsel you. It's okay. It's okay. We'll teach you not to put a fork in a socket or put your hand on a hot stove because you're a child and you don't know any better. You're ignorant. Same thing as in marriage. You're ready to leave your marriage after 6 months, huh? If your marriage is a child, would you abandon a 6-month-old child? 2 years, you're ready to give it up. You're still an infant. Your marriage is in its infancy and you want to quit. You haven't even started walking yet, let alone communicate. You don't know how to communicate. At 2 years old, you're still, You don't know how to talk. At 4 or 5 years old, you know how to say hungry, tired, bathroom, ooh, TV, game. You start to learn how to communicate. You can walk. You can talk. You can defend yourself. But you won't even give your marriage, your relationship 5 years? That's crazy. You calling it quits after 6 months, a year. You don't even know each other. You don't know the person until you move in with them. If we being honest, if your marriage consists of I live here, you live here, it's going to take even longer. To be married is to be uncomfortable. Marriage is about compromise. That is the number one rule in marriage. You have your ways, she has her ways. You got to find a middle way. Hell, I met my wife. I thought when I went over her crib, I thought I was sleeping in Antarctica. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 79, 80 degree nigga. You know what I'm saying? I like it warm in the house. This Negro here, let me tell you something. She had the blackout shades and it'd be 65 in there. You know what I'm saying? I would come over there, it'd be 100 degrees outside. I'll be walking up the stairs of her apartment with a full hoodie on, a jacket, and a sweatsuit. Niggas looking at me like I'm crazy. But with love, you have to compromise. So now in our household, we fluctuate between 73, 70. You know what I'm saying? I'll put blankets on, compromise. But that's what marriage is about. Finding the middle ground. I can't do 65. She's like, nigga, I can't do 80. 75. No, that's still a little high. 73. I'm good with that. Every once in a while, she'll sneak, drop it down to 70. I'll push it up to 72. You know what I'm saying? The battle of the middle ground. You know what I'm saying? You like it hot. She like it boiling in the shower. You know what I'm saying? These are the little things. But love, marriage is about compromise. And you haven't made a compromise if you're ready to give up after a year. After 2 years. You understand? You don't even really know what demons she's dealing with. Or she doesn't know what demons you're dealing with. She doesn't know that you traded cocaine and weed for alcohol and you become an alcoholic. Mm. She doesn't know that, you had a porn addiction. So every once in a while, when you in the bathroom, you try and rub one out before you go get in the shower. See, when you become married, everything comes out. Look, my wife's famous quote, everything has its place. Because I'll take my clothes off where I take them off and I will leave them. She was like, nigga, you done lost your damn mind. I ain't your goddamn maid. See, then you got to hear that. Oh, you a man, but you don't know how to wipe your ass. Right. You got to hear that. Got chocolate stains in your drawers, but I'm the man. Respect me. Nigga, respect the detergent. You know what I'm saying? See, you can't disrespect somebody to know your dirty laundry out. It all comes out in the wash. Everybody got to play his part. You can't disregard someone's contribution just because you think you pay a couple of bills. Because a woman makes your house a home. See, before a woman comes, look, my wife came, I just had random stuff everywhere. You know, she organized stuff. She got this thing that, you know, that you hang your toothbrush and your toothpaste on. I just threw it in the drawer. You know, I just threw my toothbrush in the drawer. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? My toothbrush should be right there next to my hairbrush. You know, I pull it out. I got a couple of my hairs in there. I just pull it out. You know, no big deal. She was like, that's nasty, baby. You know. Yeah, right next to each other. You know. No. I would have my hair products next to the cleaning products. She was like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? See? I'm a nigga. I just throw everything under the sink. You know what I'm saying? You know, she came into the house. What are all of these wire hangers? Right. Yeah, she like, mommy dearest, no more wire hangers. You know what I'm saying? I send my stuff to the cleaners. I just hang it up. Right. You know, I didn't know you're supposed to take it off of their hangers and put it on the wood or the nice plastic ones or the medium plastic ones. You know? Yeah, you know. These are things that you learn when you get married, huh? Your wife will turn your house into a home. You know, you'll come home one day and you realize, damn, my house smell good. You got candles and stuff rolling. Yeah, you didn't know you didn't know your house smelled like a gymnasium before, because your hamper was overflowed with all your gym clothes. You know, these are the things that you learn when you get married. But then when you forget your wife's contribution, she's going to remind you publicly. Damn. Because it's all about compromise. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture says, you know, don't be like the publicans that pray out in the public. You know, honor your father in private, he will reward you openly. Same thing with your wife, huh? Scripture says for you to love your wives like Christ loved the church. And it says, wives, respect your husbands. So he doesn't say wives, love your husbands, because men don't give a damn about love. They care more about respect. You know, you can love somebody and disrespect somebody in the same day, at the same time. You want to know how I know? You want to know how I know? Because you did it to your parents. You loved your parents, but you disrespect your mama and your daddy. You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, if you want your wives to respect you, you got to be willing to put your life on the line for her. But sisters, if that man is going to put his life on the line for you, you better make damn sure that you respect him. Because it's all about compromise. You want love, he wants respect. You know what I'm saying? You wanted 65, he wanted 80. Just meet in the middle. This is what marriage is about. Right? Let's see what time it is. It's not okay. We're gonna stop here. We'll pick up here next week. With that, we're gonna say Amajium, which means to stand. Sar. Hold on, what happened? What happened? Oh, there we go. Put it on the full screen. Hold on 1 second. Sar, which means to turn. We're going to face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer. First in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Abba Noah, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawah, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanaw, Lacham, Call, Yawam, Wasalak now, Kabawat now, Hasalak now, Kabawak now, Wala'ah, Tabi'ai now, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahata Para, La Awalamium, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be it. Sar, turn the face to front. We'll leave a courtesy salute to the brothers and to the sisters. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Mashim, Rock, how about Shimmy Al Shah Brakatah? Yadi Matah, Sar, turn the face to sister. Men of Israel, Mighty Shabbat, Mashim, Rock, how Shamar Thah Ba Shimmy Al Shah. Yadi Matah, dismiss.